This is the most recent garden bed that we have made, and it's been a few years of various different methods, and I think finally we found a really successful way, so I wanted to share with you how we made this bed and why we did what we did, and then I can show you a couple of our older beds and the mistakes we made and how you can avoid them. Start out by sharing with you the process of how we've made this bed, or should I say my husband Derek, because he pretty much did most of the work. This is kind of the area that we have to expand our garden into, and basically what we did is we just scraped away all of the grass as deep as we could from this area. We have that lovely, what we call crack grass, grows from the roots and just so hard to get rid of. So to start with, we scraped away as much as we could. Then we went ahead and layered this with cardboard. We got a whole bunch of free cardboard off of Facebook Marketplace. So we laid that all out, and then we went ahead and dumped our new garden soil we got. It's actually almost pure compost. Thankfully, we have some equipment. My husband has this dump trailer that he built himself and the quad, as well as a little mini hoe, so we were able to fill this up quite quickly. Again, my husband was able to fill it up quite quickly. Then I went ahead and just kind of shoveled out little rows in here so I have little raised rows to grow in. Now, because this is the new garden soil we got in, mostly compost, it's not going to grow those weeds. This is a bed we've had for a couple years. It's the same sort of idea. I have the raised rows. This is the native soil from the area, and we never actually put cardboard down. We've just tilled it, and as you can see, all these weeds just pop up. Now, they are fairly easy to pull out. You can just get down to the root and pull it up, but it does require a lot of weeding. I can just go ahead and use my stirrup hoe, and over time these weeds will die out, but it's a lot of work. And then if we go over here to these beds, it's kind of the same deal. And I've done the raised garden rows, but again, we have all those weeds popping up, and some of them can be quite deep. We did put cardboard down in these, so it did suppress some weeds, but if you miss a little overlap area, those weeds will just pop right through. This was one of the first beds that we have done, and as you can see, we didn't put any cardboard down, so these weeds have just popped up like crazy. We did till over here, and now I just have to stay on top of the weeds, but we could not till here because of the garlic. So as you can see, I have weeded this row, and I still have to weed that one, but it just requires a lot of work. This strawberry asparagus bed is one of the first ones that we did, and the biggest mistakes we made was no cardboard, as well as we only made it 2 or 3 inches deep. It does go into the ground, but the soil here is very hard packed. So while it has done okay, the weeds, the native weeds, have just overtaken it. I have to weed this thing at least once a week, and even then it just overtakes every year. I have tried mulching it, but the problem is mulch works really well for small seedlings that are on top of the soil, things that grow from a seed, but anything that grows from roots that is really deep, mulch really won't take care of that. If you're trying to do the organic no-till kind of method of gardening, the only way to really take care of that is to just keep picking, pulling them up as best as you can by those roots, and eventually you'll take care of it, but it is a years-long process. We've got some thistles here and here. Those are some of the worst. Here we have some wonderful stinging nettle. Now we're here back to our most recently made garden bed, and from all the lessons we've learned, you need to scrape away as much of those native weeds that you can, the grasses, those thistles, get that all scraped away, and then put some cardboard down or some sort of barrier. Cardboard will break down over time, but by then all of the energy should have been spent from these weeds. And then we piled a lot of this compost garden soil. So unlike our native soil, it doesn't have the seed bank or all those seeds in it already. I've already planted seeds at about half of these. I gotta plant the rest of this stuff, and we are in full grown gardening season. If you found some value in this video, go ahead and hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more gardening content up here in Alberta, Canada. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.